Welcome back to the Power in Your Voice podcast. We would like to first say thank you to those who tune in week after week, those who share the link on various platforms. Thank you. Y'all, this season, we are excited to bring you some hot and new topics. We are ready to push you further into your destiny. If you feel stuck or even overwhelmed, I want you to tune in and have a mind of expectancy, because we believe that if you challenge it, it will change.
Welcome back to the Power in Your Voice. Oh, it is our pleasure to come and be with you in your living room, in your den, in your gym, your car, wherever you may be. Thank you for tuning in to the Power in Your Voice. Challenge it and it will change. Oh, y'all, the team is here and we're going to be talking about smart advancements. Yes, smart advancement. You know, it is school time, and our children are going back to school, and they have been in school some 3 weeks, some are just getting started, and it just depends on where you are. Sometimes our children, they develop a little slower than others, but it depends on where you're coming from. Well, my grandchildren had the opportunity to be over in Japan. Oh my goodness, y'all. And Japan is a fast-paced learning place that they do. But it worked out for my grandson. He was behind in Japan. It just seemed like he couldn't catch up, get a grip on it. But when he came back to the United States, because of some of our school systems are so slow. Davion, come on, tell me how they gave you a smart, oh my God.
I want these people to know right now, if you a student, I want you to hang in there. I want you to hang in there if you a student, because I know it get hard and it get tough, and you might feel like you're not grasping the information, and like you go in there and you feel like, you're just having a hard time. Hang on, but also ask yourself this, because hindsight, I look back and I just realized like I wasn't applying myself all the way, because like as I got older, I was like, man, I don't feel like, but I know I could have done so much better. But I didn't really apply myself in school. So if you in school right now, whatever grade you in, if you if you a graduate, or if you're, an undergrad, or you could be in high school, middle school, whatever, are you applying yourself and are you doing your best? Because you'll look back one day if you're not, and you'll be like, man, why didn't I just do what I know I can actually do? But
wow,
I don't have any regrets. I'm thankful that, as time went on, God matured me. And, I don't know. It's one of them things where in hindsight, I'd be like, man, if I would apply myself, you know what I mean? Like if I just would have went in there and I would have took it serious, I would have grasped what the teachers and what they were teaching, So y'all apply yourself. Every day you go in there, do your best.
So Davion, tell me about this smart advancement that they gave you though, because you're running a little bit behind over in Japan, but when you got back to the United States, they put you in some college courses.
The US the US is slow. When you go overseas, the overseas they ahead by far. I mean by far. You go over there, I remember when we came back to the States, they was telling us like, you know, your son is this was when I was a senior actually. They said your son is really ahead. It's like he really doesn't have to come to school. Y'all know my mama wasn't feeling that. Oh, she was not feeling that. She said, you gonna give him some classes. Oh, I could have missed I could have been done with school. I could have graduated a whole year early. And she said, y'all gonna give him something. They had certain
Let me,
things.
he
I
was
tell
in
you what,
he was enjoying
Oh yeah.
his
he was what?
he was enjoying that freedom a little bit too much for me
Oh yeah.
because because one it's amazing to me where he started was not where he ended up at when he changed districts.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so when you're in overseas, learning is a little bit different. It's a little bit
Yes, it
different.
is.
They are really serious about their education.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yes.
they push and they push and push and push. And then when you get in America, not that America's not serious about their education, we have other things that we drive more on than and than others. But when they told David Young, they said, "No, you're good." And this is where parents have to be careful because David Young was looking at me like, "Mama, what's the
What is
problem?
he
I'm
doing?
good." Because when you understand you're not mediocre
Yep.
and that there's something higher and better for you, you have to learn how to push through what somebody else want to put you. And
All
David
right.
Young was settled with, I'm good. But
Yeah.
I knew there was too much more in him. And when they was like, well, he don't have to come, he just can come to class for this one class. I said, where's college? Because I know y'all
Wow.
offer some classes.
Wow.
And as a parent, me and his dad had to literally fight for him to get what belonged to him. And I think that when parents really come to an understanding, that you don't have to settle and you don't have to let your children settle, I believe it changes the mindset for your children to want even more because they understand that in life, I might not like what you're about to do for me right now by pushing me to the next place, but I'm going to go with, I'm not, wherever I get to in life, I know I don't have to settle.
That's good. That's good. So you tell me that they were going to push him uh, into a place that you didn't think he was ready for? Uh, or is that why you made him continue? Because he had the opportunity to go ahead and be done. So what made you say no to him being done?
See, when you talked about talking about that being smart, I understood where with David Young. First of all, David Young tried to play where he thought he wasn't smart and taking it to when he would go to classroom, he'll be joking too much,
I was
just
funny.
so playful.
I was
So
funny.
because his sister was naturally just so smart. She didn't really have to put no time into it. She was naturally so smart because he compared himself to her, he didn't feel like he was smart. So what he
Okay.
tried to do is play off what he was capable of doing, even though he had to put more work into it, but he was capable. So what he would do is go to class and try to be the jokester. So the attention of being book smart wouldn't be on him because he didn't
Wow.
know that he wasn't able. So
Wow.
when the teachers would say, Davion is never going to get an A. All right, Davion, I'm glad that that Davion was raised back in the time where belts could be applied.
Absolutely.
And so we had some discipline going on. Let me show you what a B feel like with this leather. Let me show you what a C feel like with this leather. See, when you go in there and get your grades that you're supposed to get, you don't got to feel this leather. So he had a little instance to understand. You go in there
So
and keep on playing. And this is
so
what's
y'all
gonna
gave him
happen
a
to
little
you.
incentive. Y'all gave him a little incentive to go and make the grades that you know he could make.
Absolutely, because the teachers be like, literally, we go into the meeting. Davion already tried to state his case. Well, mama, they gonna say this about me and they gonna say that. And mommy, it's not true. Yes, it is. Yeah. Yes, it is.
So
Because
he
because he tried to
he
play,
tried
he
to
tried to use
downplay.
something. Exactly.
Ye-
He tried to
Yes, he
downplay
tried to
his
downplay it.
smartness because he didn't think
Yes,
he was as smart as his sister was.
because he's smart. He is so
Very smart.
intelligent. He is so wise. Oh wow!
Amen.
And just did not apply it. I heard his wife say, "Amen."
Amen.
And
Just did not apply that to his life.
Yeah.
Jalen, let me hear from you. Talk about this smartness right here. When they want to put you, move you forward, because you the person that uh your mom was applying to, they was talking about Jalen and Tiara, and so David Young wanted to compare himself to them. So Jalen, let me hear from you.
I think that when it comes to smart advancements, you have to be strategic in how you apply those advancements. Because for me, yes, I was naturally smart at school and I was naturally that go getter when it came to school because it just easily came to me. I didn't really have to study for tests and I could go in there and ace it. Papers, I could just fly through a paper, ace it. Like school was just really easy for me.
That's
And so
great.
when it came to school, like I was taking the college classes, I was doing all of this. And then once it came to college, I was burnt out.
Wow.
And so because I took all of those advancement courses, I never gave myself time to have a break. And so once it came to college, like I'm telling y'all, my last probably about 2 years, but really my last year, it was like pulling teeth, trying to get. I would wake up. I was like, I'm not going to school today. Like I was just tired. I remember I took my last I had to take my last exam because, like I said, school came easy for me. I had like
Uh-huh.
102% in my class, like over 100% in my class. So I emailed my professor and I was like, look, I got a bad case of senioritis. I really have to take this exam. And so he told me if I didn't take my exam, it was going to drop my grade down from like 102 to like a D minus or
Oh
something
my
like that.
God.
Whoa,
So
whoa, that was a big drop.
yeah. And so like, but I'm saying like that's how bad my burnout was. Like I didn't even want to take the final. I was just ready to be done. And so that's the thing, like these smart advancements, they're great and it's great to advance and it's great to be able to do it at a faster rate, but you still have to be mentally aware of yourself to make sure you're not burning out yourself in the process, because the journey can be long and if you're
Yep.
moving too fast you can cause burnout. So that way once it's time to cross the finish line, you're crawling or you're dragging because you're just so
Wow.
tired.
Oh my God. And you know, I don't think a lot of people really realize at that finish line, because you have done so much um in the in between and everything, did not give yourself a break. You could finish like that, you know, barely finished in that. But man, that smart advancement is something.
can I say this though too? Because a lot of times you're not, it's just not book smart. It's not like I think we're smart in so many different areas
Yeah,
of
we're gonna get to that one. Yes,
of of
yes,
our lives. So and I think that people think that book smart's the only thing, but I think that if I think some areas you have to apply yourself more than others, but we
yes.
are all gifted in some type of way that somebody may not have to apply themselves more than others, but we're all smart and strategic in some form or fashion that God has created us. And I think that once you tap into that what it is, I think it's important to know how to build upon that and also know how to build on where you're not as strong.
Yes, yes. I was going to come to that, Renice, is because like you may not be smart in, as you were just saying, in this area. I remember talking to a principal, and she was saying to me, she said, "Now I am good at history." She said, "I can ace history with my eyes closed, never had," because she said, "because that's what I love." She said, "But don't you ask me about math, because I am so weak in that area." She said, "I flunked out in math. I had to get a lot of help in those areas because um, history is just what I love." And as you were saying, it may not be book smart. Sometimes you can be book smart and still be dumb in common sense. And I hate to use that word dumb, but it really is. A lot of people's have. I mean, you can, if it's not written in a book, they cannot comprehend. They they don't even know what to do. You be like, common sense ought to tell you that. So I just thank God that He gives us balance to say what our life should be like, and we shouldn't beat ourselves up because you have strong areas. I don't care what you're doing. There is some weakness and there is some strongness. And as we were saying about Davion, he just did not apply himself to the schoolwork. Sometimes we think that the schoolwork or what we're being challenged with, it is too much. So we start acting out in class, being the class clown and things like that. So as you said, it would take that attention off of learning, knowing how to read or knowing how to be strong in English, whatever it may be. Because we're at the beginning of the school year and we want our children, we want our college students, we want you to finish strong. And so, as we always are talking, I have some more people's on here that could have talked about it, but we're going to talk about that in our next podcast. So, I just want to leave this with you. For all of you all that are listening and you're being challenged with something, I really want you to stay strong. And I want you to be brave. And most of all, I want you to be you. And when you take those things and do not compare yourself, we can cut down on the bullying. We can cut down on suicidal because you'll understand who God has designed you to be. You don't have to take your life because there are obstacles in your life. So guess what? Tune in to my next podcast and we're going to continue to talk about this. God bless you. Peace out.
Thank you for tuning in this week. Our prayer is that you be encouraged. Know that life can be hard at times, sometimes even unbearable. But know when we are weak, God is strong. Let's take off the world's expectation of us and ask God, what do you expect of me? We ask that you like, comment, and subscribe. Have a blessed week and see you next week.